Welcome to 82 Toothpicks, a podcast from the Huizenga Law Firm. I'm Thad, and I'm joined by Ethan and Joselyn as we break down our favorite movies and uncover the estate planning gems hidden within them. From comedies and dramas to family sagas, we're talking about the films we love and the legacy lessons they teach. So grab your popcorn, settle in, and let's talk about the movie. Joselyn, I have a burning question right off the bat. If you knew you were going to die this week, what would you change?
Her shirt.
I got the stain out of it, okay? God. Not funny. But that I got to add that to my Walmart list quick that I need to have
Stain
one here.
stick?
Yes,
Or
because
something? Tide pen or whatever.
Literally, God, I'm like middle-aged.
No, there was a long time that I didn't go anywhere without a Tide pen.
I always think I'm a grown-ass woman. I'm fine. 7 minutes later. Like, I can't eat spaghetti in a white shirt.
No.
2 minutes later.
Yeah, like I'm more messy than Cash. What was the question? I forgot.
So the movie we watched this week is another one of my picks. I feel like we're on kind of a streak where it's just been about me, which
Weird.
is fine.
Honestly,
No, because I picked Princess Bride.
You picked Princess Bride.
I forgot about that.
This is one of my favorite movies. It's a relatively unknown movie. Most people that I talk to have never even heard of this one. Just talking to people in the office this week, most people haven't even heard of it until we did it for this podcast, right? It's called Stranger Than Fiction. It's a movie with Will Ferrell. But it's not like his other roles, right? He's a comedy genius in my opinion, but it kind of splits the room when it comes to comedy. Some people love him, some people hate him.
A comedy genius.
Hey, he's been doing it for years.
Ethan's with me.
So
have you ever heard of Adam Sandler? He's a comedy genius.
All right, so let me feed back on that a minute.
Sure.
So behind the scenes, this is the second time we've recorded the podcast about this movie because the first time we didn't have our professional audio equipment. So having watched it once before and now watching it again to prep for this recording, it occurred to me that I actually very much like everything about this movie except Will Ferrell.
Really?
I just
Interesting.
cannot, I love the premise. I love the story. I love the narrator and the interaction between the narrator and the main character and all of that. I think that's a great way to write a movie, and the camera work, everything is so good. And I just don't like Will Ferrell.
I would agree with you. Like, I like the idea of it, like that there's a narrator and she's writing about his life and it's actually happening to him. It's interesting. Will Ferrell, I just don't like him.
Okay, so if you reshot the movie scene for scene, right, and you could replace Will Ferrell with anybody else, who would it be?
Denzel.
Jack Black.
Adam Sandler.
Denzel.
Literally anybody.
Denzel could not pull this off. Steve Martin would be great.
My grandma, she's dead, still would be better.
No.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, Jojo Siwa.
I don't even know what that is. What is Jojo Siwa?
Are you kidding?
I've never heard of that.
Have you seen the Betty Davis Eyes thing, Ethan?
No.
It's so, she redid Betty Davis Eyes. Look it up. Like,
what is it?
Jojo Siwa was like, she was like a young girl, like, thing. You know how, like, okay, like Blippi or like, okay, Miley Cyrus.
Okay.
You know how, like, young girls loved Hannah Montana?
Sure.
She was like that. But she always wore a really high, tight ponytail with like a bun.
Okay.
Maybe a bun or maybe a ponytail. And then would have big bows in her hair and would wear like high top sneakers and like danced around and sang. And so that's where like the big bows came into play.
Really?
Yes. And so it was for like young girls. And I think she sang and was like this whole, I'm too old for it. Then she went crazy and now she's pregnant, but everybody hates her because she is so obnoxious and just ridiculous. And she has these big wooden fake teeth. Like, it's bad. It's bad. And now, so she just redid Betty Davis Eyes, like the song. And her voice is so, and she's like, Betty Davis has. It's so bad. It's all, you don't have any social media. It's all over the internet. It is so.
That one hasn't hit my feed yet.
This is wild.
Yikes.
It's so bad.
For those listening, Joselyn just made the craziest face.
Like that's what I will send it to you. But she would have done better in this role.
No, she would not have. I don't understand
Sorry,
you guys.
Sorry.
I'll
I don't
show
know.
you a picture. I don't know. Like,
but like the interactions,
Yeah.
the other characters made this movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Like even the other IRS agents, and not anybody who's got a main role, just the other IRS agents were more interesting to me than Will Ferrell's character. And maybe that's part of the point.
Sure.
But I just did not like him in this movie.
Okay.
Yeah. So Will Ferrell, I mean, fine. He was in this movie. His character is the main character, and I liked the movie. I didn't like him.
Okay.
I think it's literally him. It's him
Yeah, it has
for
to
me.
be. There are 2 movies that I enjoy him in.
Yeah.
Elf and the Lego Movie, and that's it.
Yeah.
Do you think part of it had to do with him and his character because he's not a serious actor? Maybe. And so you're like, who is that? Like, that's just not, for me, it's Will Ferrell.
That's what I love about it, because it's a fairly serious role. And I've said this in a lot of the movies. I need that like dark comedy, like that tension breaking thing. And for me, he does that. The idea that he can sit in his house and do nothing all day, and then suddenly his house gets destroyed by a wrecking ball, and he runs out into the opening and starts yelling at the construction crew. To me,
I live here.
That's so funny. Like,
it is funny.
It would have been funny if it was somebody else.
Yeah, it could have been anybody.
If Keanu Reeves does that, I'm not laughing in that scene.
Oh, I am.
Really?
Yeah.
Keanu
You never saw
Reeves?
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Yeah. See,
Yeah, see, there you go.
that's
It could have been Val Kilmer, and I would have loved it 100 times
Liam
more.
Neeson yells at that construction crew. Is it funny?
yep.
Yes.
No, it's not funny like Will Ferrell, though.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Thad. We're just not going to agree.
If
And
it
that's
was
okay.
Adam Sandler, it would have been way better.
You're allowed to
No.
like.
Did you
You're
see
allowed
Click?
to like Will Ferrell. That's fine.
It's wrong, but it's fine. Like Adam Sandler. Okay, it's the same thing. Like Adam Sandler is a comedian. He's very funny in his movies, but he did Click. And Click was a very serious movie, but I don't know. It was still, it was better. Like it's like the same kind of thing, but
Sure.
do you know what I mean? It was just easier
no,
to
I
see
get
him
it.
in that role. Will Ferrell, I just not.
So let's
If
talk
you're
about
listening, Will Ferrell, we love you. I'm so sorry.
let's talk about the things we like about this movie, other than Will Ferrell.
Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
about it.
She's got an interesting role.
I thought it was interesting that Queen Latifah was playing a non-main role.
Okay.
Yeah, that was interesting.
So she was kind of a pop star.
She was.
And then this movie came out in like 2003. This isn't a new movie.
3, 4, something like
Yeah. Like she's had lots of main roles since then.
Mhm.
But this is kind of her break into
Was it?
movies. Yeah. What'd she do before this?
I guess I don't know. Like all I can ever think of her in is The Holiday, maybe,
Yeah, that was after.
and like beauty shop,
that.
barber
Yes,
shop,
something like that.
What?
Yeah.
She does like a girl. I don't know what it's called. Barber shop. I don't know.
But she was an interesting role because she was the foil. She was the foil to the narrator author.
I always forget her name.
And that's
Oh, hold on. I'll look it up. Wait, I have
and
it right here.
I'm terrible at names anyway.
Yeah.
So, which anybody who's listened to any episodes of this podcast knows, I cannot remember any characters' names ever.
I was listening to 10 Things I Hate About You, and have you listened to it?
Mm-mm.
We sound like morons.
We're like, and then Joey wants to date Kat,
But then it wasn't
Patrick-
her. But
no,
then it was. Oh
it's
man, it's
just
bad.
like
Yeah, it's like we were
Karen
asleep.
Eiffel.
I knew it was an E.
I was thinking Eileen. All right.
Come on.
Okay.
In this moment.
Is that off of? Hold on. What movie is that? Where they sing that? Tommy Boy.
Yeah.
We should watch that.
Actually, that's a great estate planning movie.
Oh yeah, Dad dies.
Yeah, and he
Leaves
takes
the
over the
company to his
business,
son.
and but there's a second marriage, and there's a stepson. And, oh yeah, that's a great one.
We should watch that one.
That'd be
Put
fun.
it on the list.
I love
Live
that movie.
watch.
It's a. We should have that be our live watch.
I love that movie.
That's
And it's
funny.
not too long. It's like probably an hour 40. Yeah, that's a great movie.
679er? What are you calling from a walkie-talkie?
A lot of people go to college for 7 years.
Yeah, they're called doctors.
So I haven't seen that one.
You never seen Tommy
I've
Boy?
seen like clips, but
Tommy likey.
Tommy one wingy.
All right, we should talk about the movie we just watched.
It. He has the bonnet. He just, it's so funny. Okay,
Woo.
okay.
go ahead.
So foil to Karen Eifel's character.
Yeah, she's the straight man,
Okay.
which is not my expected
Mhm.
role
Mhm.
for Queen Latifah.
Sure.
But her foil, right, Karen Eiffel, is so ridiculous. Like, she's just absurd, right?
Mhm.
And not like in a this is too weird kind of way, but in a this is a struggling artist who's had writer's block for 10 years.
Yeah.
Right. And I just love that interplay between the two of them of how she's trying to help her break through that writer's block. But she's from the company, so it's the commercialism versus the art. I mean, there's so many layers. It's just really cool. I like that.
Oh, yeah.
Like that relationship.
Professor Jules is maybe my favorite character.
Oh yeah, me too.
I like him.
I love every scene he's in. Every movement he makes feels pretty intentional.
Keep going. Keep talking.
She's the background music. She's
The
the soundtrack for the podcast.
the introduction scene to
We
him.
need that.
His first scene is he is getting himself a cup of coffee 5 times in a row.
man.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
That made me laugh. And it's the same cup of coffee.
Yes.
Like he get-
Yes. He throws one out. He has one in the bathroom. He gets one out of the vending machine. Then he goes to his office, dumps that out, pours himself one from the pot, and then pours it back into the pot at the end of the scene. It's crazy.
Could you imagine getting a coffee from a vending machine?
Nope.
Like, I bet that tastes like pepperoni dog fart
Yeah.
go
with
to
wood chips in it. Like,
It's very specific tasting notes.
wow. Joselyn should come to our bourbon
She
tasting
should.
sometime. You get everything from vending machines in Japan.
really?
Yeah. So I was in Japan for a couple weeks on a vacation earlier this summer, and we loved the vending machines because you can get everything. Like literally, I mean, you can get eggs from a vending machine.
What?
Yep. You can get. They had vending machines that would squeeze your orange juice for you. You buy the oranges, it would squeeze the oranges and give you the juice from those oranges in the same machine.
I just don't think those things are that clean.
It was crazy.
Hmm.
Yeah, but it's Japan. Everything is that clean.
Right. But like to me, one, getting coffee from a vending machine is gross. 2, like, where's the water coming from? Like, I would just think it would be like in a giant reservoir. Like, it would be gross. I'm sure it's not.
Yeah,
just
it's-
like
I would
just
gue- I would guess it's like a
just like-
water line.
yes, but like to me, like, okay, that water line's probably dirty.
This probably hasn't been cleaned in
Since
20
the-
years.
The machine's been sitting there since 1976.
Yeah.
Like, just all around a bad idea.
It's I love that sequence though, where he's
It's funny.
you follow the cup of coffee, not the characters. You're like,
Mhm.
wait a second.
I love when he takes it in the bathroom.
You.
I love that.
Thad just stuck his arm out to the side and like he does in the movie.
Yeah. We've also got Miss Pascal, the
Mhm.
other protagonist, the heroine.
If you will.
She hates
The IRS.
everything
the government.
the government stands for.
And bras.
But she has
Maggie
so many good lines.
Gyllenhaal.
Is that her name?
Mm-hmm. It's Jake's sister. Are they
Oh, I didn't know
twins?
that.
I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, it is his sister, but I don't. Let me look because I just need to know now. Keep talking.
Yeah, she's a really fun, again, foil, right?
Yep.
For Harold Crick.
So Harold's so structured, down to the minute, goes to bed at 11:17 every evening.
Yep.
4 minutes early to his bus station. Like,
Yeah.
And she is just like, yeah, I dropped out of school because I liked baking.
Not twins.
Not twins.
Not twins.
Dropped out of law school at Harvard
Hmm.
because I had a B average. First of all,
She had a D average.
oh, I thought I heard B.
Not
she
D.
said. Okay. Yeah, like she's just such an opposite, right? And that's that same kind of level of interaction as the assistant and the author. It's the straight person and the artist, and here it's the IRS agent and the baker, and she's a free spirit, and all the people who come to her bakery are hippies, ish,
or homeless.
You gonna tax the bathroom? No, I'm not gonna tax the bathroom. Can I go in there? Yeah.
You could write off all of the food you give away as a charitable donation.
Oh man.
Yeah. So great characters. Wonderful story, plot line.
Yeah, I love the premise of somebody narrating your life. I just love that. It makes for a great storytelling experience because it's a storytelling about a storytelling.
Yes.
It's very very meta.
Right. And the plot line is really less about Harold's life and more about Karen's decision to continue to potentially kill people outside of her own control. Right? Like it's more or less her decision. Even if she has permission from the literary theorist, she has permission from the character. It's what does she do?
What's the morality?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's deep.
Yep.
For as funny, right, comical as this movie is, it ultimately explores a really deep morality of when someone says they're ready to die.
What's that mean?
What is your responsibility then?
Right.
What is your role? Like, and here we are in the estate planning themes already, right? It's
That's so
really
weird
thick.
of us.
Love it. All right, before we dive into that, Jocelyn, do you have a game for us?
You know I do. Okay, I have a couple questions. The first, I think I have two sections. I initially did the finish the quote and I didn't like it. So I have a true or false and then a this or that.
All right.
Okay, so true or false. Do we want to do the buzzer or turn-based?
Yeah, we can just turn-based.
We'll just do a turn-based.
I like the buzzers, but since that is having a moment, we will do it turn-based.
Right.
Because it's
just having
a
main character energy over here.
You can have it this time. Next time, no. Okay? Say okay.
Just go forward with the
Say
game.
you understand.
He doesn't.
No.
Main character energy.
Harold Crick is an IRS auditor who hears a voice narrating his life. True or false?
True.
Good job, Thad.
The narrator
That was a
is
tough one.
revealed to be Anna Pascal.
False.
Harold uses his watch. Oops. What's your name? Ethan. Harold uses his watch to travel through time and change his destiny.
False.
That's a different movie we're going to watch on the podcast.
What's
and he
that?
doesn't use a watch.
Click.
He uses a sports car.
Oh. Okay. Professor Jules Hilbert helps Harold figure out whether his life is a comedy or a tragedy.
True.
Yes,
Karen Eiffel is famous for writing happy endings.
False. I'm relieved to know I'm not a golem.
Harold falls in love with Anna Pascal after she bakes him cookies. Hello?
Well, so, I mean, it's not false, but she falls in love with him before she bakes him cookies.
No, he.
Yeah, he falls in love with her before she bakes him cookies.
Cookies are the gateway to his falling for her. So you don't get that.
No, I do get that because he was falling in love with her when he walked in. They narrate that scene.
They did say that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks,
I'm
Chad.
sorry for ogling you.
Okay.
Oh, the scene on the bus. Oh, man. That was the camera work on that scene. So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Are we ready?
Yep.
Okay. Harold gets hit by a bus while saving a child's life.
True.
Karen Eiffel chooses to kill Harold in the final version of her novel.
False.
Wow. Harold's watch stops working, which saves his life.
True.
Okay. The movie ends with Harold quitting his job and moving to Paris.
False.
I hate this game. All right. Okay, let's do a this or that.
Sure.
I kind of like that better.
Yep.
Okay.
ChatGPT failed you on that one. I mean, they were easy.
They were bad. Bad. Okay, this or that. And everyone can say it.
Perfect.
Okay. Audit a cupcake shop or eat a cupcake during an audit. Chat GPT. Well,
So
what's it gonna be?
Be an auditor or eat a cupcake.
I feel like there's an obvious answer here.
I will go with eat the cupcake.
Eat the cupcake, Bob.
Okay. Life narrated by Morgan Freeman or Emma Thompson.
Oh,
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
He do be having that Shawshank voice. Is that Morgan Freeman?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking of like those old car GPSs that like exclusively had that, and you could like choose the voice that you wanted.
You always had the French woman, didn't you?
I always did the Australian.
Woman?
Yeah.
Checks out for that.
So I'll go with Eiffel. Yeah.
Guys like women's voices. Emma Thompson. You're picking Emma Thompson?
Is that Karen Feifel?
Yeah.
Karen Eiffel?
Eiffel. Yeah. Oh, just why not?
Yeah, that's fine.
I want Morgan Freeman.
It's fine.
Morgan
be a
Freeman
lot
all
more
day.
interesting.
It's a coin flip.
Yeah, it's fine.
Tragic ending that's poetic or a messy ending that lets you live.
Ooh. Okay, so that's the main question in the book, right? Everybody tells
Well,
him.
this is a movie.
Sorry, in her book in the movie, everybody says
yes.
this is her masterpiece. You have to die.
You
You're
have
gonna
to
die someday.
Yeah.
And then he reads it and he says, "I love
You're
your
right.
book. Don't change it."
Yeah.
So everybody says like it's better this way, and she doesn't go through with it. And I think I'm with her. I didn't want him to die.
No. Like what? Okay, I would do the messy ending that lets you live. Because who gives a shit? It's a book. Like, that's great. It's a book.
It's a masterpiece.
I don't care.
Jules Hilbert called it the greatest literary work of the 21st century.
To me, that doesn't matter. Over someone's life.
Arguably, there had only been 3 years in the 21st century.
Yeah.
So,
Have you read Frida McFadden?
I actually think I picked the tragic death.
Really?
Yeah.
You would die.
Yeah.
I mean, some stories just need that, you know?
If you were Harold.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Absolutely.
So somebody else could be famous.
No, that's not why.
Yeah, but like.
I mean, that's part of the result. Some of the greatest movements in Western history have risen out of an author's published work.
No, it's a no for me, dog.
If I can change the world because I died, yeah, I'm going to die.
But with a book.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like you're not. No.
I was an English major. Like, this is literally.
You're wild. You're wild.
Rawr.
I mean,
that was literally worse than the Kool-Aid Man moment. I don't even. Thad is like, I gotta get that. Okay. Thad, pick it up, please. Thad, pick it up. Pick it up.
So, yes. So I die.
Yeah.
That I choose poetic death.
So some books need to have a death at the end for them to make sense and make a difference. So,
What are you picking? Did you say?
can you ask the question again?
Tragic ending that's poetic, Ethan, or messy ending that lets you live?
Jocelyn.
That's what I chose.
Okay. So lets you live. I will choose to live.
I choose life.
I choose life. Yeah.
That's Sid the Sloth.
To me, no one's life is worth that.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, yeah, but like Harold did nothing wrong.
No, I know.
Like if this guy was a serial killer and
Well, but
like,
that's not gonna be a poetic ending. That's gonna be a just ending.
Right.
That's different.
But I'm saying like no human life is worth that.
That's fair. Yeah. Like, I mean, I'm not arguing with you.
And I
just
don't
wouldn't pick
even
that.
like people.
I mean, that's
So
yeah. Good for you.
count your brush strokes or spontaneously skip work for a bakery run.
What?
That's what it says.
I feel like that's not a fair question.
Yep.
Brush strokes, obviously.
I do love a bakery.
I skip work for the bakery all the time.
Like, literally, that's a daily occurrence.
Dirty little liar.
I just scheduled that.
Nice.
It's actually so funny.
It is funny. I like that.
Amber's face in that is hilarious. So if you don't follow us on Instagram or TikTok,
Check
do
it
it
out.
now
Check it
because
out.
we have really funny reels. Let the narrator finish the book or try to rewrite your own story.
Let them do it.
I'm not a fiction writer.
Yeah.
It's got to be the author.
Yep.
Or the narrator in that question.
Okay. Fall in love with a
He says that, but he wrote 3 books with fictional people.
Yeah, but they're not stories.
Will Ferrell did?
No, I did.
Ethan.
Oh.
I literally
And
didn't talk about it.
Many of those stories are actually true stories.
They are?
I didn't know that. I thought you meant those up as like illustrations.
No.
Those are all based on real people?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Are you serious, Clark?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Did you
Yeah, I mean, obviously we changed the names, changed the numbers, but
Yeah.
they're all based on scenarios that came up.
Okay.
In my
Why don't is
practice.
that written on the book?
I don't remember.
You actually should do that.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And every one of the characters dies at the end poetically. And then after 3
Actually?
years in their nursing home.
Actually, they do.
And then we talked about estate recovery.
Fall in love with a rebellious baker or stick to spreadsheets in solitude. Fucking Chat GPT. You're killing me. Well, we know you like spreadsheets,
Oh, yeah.
so that's what you're gonna do.
No.
Well, she's not gonna count her contractions on a spreadsheet.
Trista would have to do a gluten-free bakery.
See, that's the problem.
We'd call it Tis So Sweet. We've already talked about it. Is the next question get hit by a car or eat a cookie?
No, it's to get hit by a bus or eat a cookie.
Yeah.
Face your death with dignity or fight the narrator to the last page.
Well, obviously, you know my answer.
You're taking death.
Oh,
D with D.
Deal with
die.
death.
Die with dignity.
Oh.
DLOL. DWD.
Okay, honestly, did you see what I sent you on Facebook this morning?
No, I'm not. I don't really go on Facebook,
Okay,
but I'll check
well,
it out.
it was on Facebook, and it was like a blip from Bernie,
Okay.
and it was like if my true friends write my obituary, and it was like she was a mean old bitch. And he was like the guy that's like she would what does he say, she would rip you a double wide 3-bedroom 2-bathroom new asshole. And I was like, that's great. It was so I had Bernie on my mind all day that I was like, I want to talk about Bernie again.
It's a good
Great.
movie.
It's a great movie. Check out that episode on the podcast.
It
on the
actually
channel.
like I think I gave it like a 4.
but
I
you're
think,
still thinking about it.
Yes, I was thinking about it all morning, and I was
Uh-huh.
like, I kind of want to watch it again.
I didn't rate it very high either, but when I listened to, because I went back and listened to it
Yeah.
before we recorded today, and yeah, it's a good movie.
Listening to it again, I was like, actually was a pretty good movie. Like, Thad gave it the same rating as Shawshank.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I gave it a 9. I gave Shawshank a 10. Go back.
He did. He ranked
Yeah.
Shawshank 10. I checked.
What did you rate a 9?
Bernie.
Okay. There's something else though. Didn't you rate?
Yeah, there was another 9. I'd have to go back and look at the list.
I feel like you're always really low or you're 10s. Like Gump is a 10, Shawshank is a 10.
Yeah. I'm all in or all out. I don't have middle grounds.
His rating system lends itself to that, I think.
Okay. Facing death with dignity or fighting for the last page?
Dignity.
Dignity.
What about you? You got an
I would
answer?
like to fight to the last page, but I also think it's inevitable. Like, why am I?
Yeah.
I'm gonna die anyway.
Maybe there's a grace that comes with that, right? Like just as far as your own self.
And you're not gonna change your mind. Except he does change her mind.
Yeah. I
He
think when
doesn't
she-
change her mind. He tells her to keep the book as it is.
Yeah, but
I know,
he
but,
still
like-
changes her mind because he
Yes.
tells her his like what it's like to be him and
Like
how
convincing him
and
of his
how
existence.
the story has changed his life.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And that then he says, "But I get it. My character has to die."
I can't die this week. It's such bad timing. Well, I can change. I'll quit my job.
Harold's
It's
life
such
is. Keep going.
I love that scene.
I don't remember that scene.
He's telling Jules, who is telling him he has to die, how
Oh,
he doesn't
yeah.
want to. But then
Mhm.
reading her book convinces him that it's okay.
It's just an odd movie.
It's brilliant. Go ahead.
It really is. I mean, it's
It is.
it's
But
such
it's
a
just
strange because obviously that doesn't happen, right? But
Mhm.
But are
it's
you
a-
sure?
through the weirdness, it's such a beautiful story about Harold and Karen Eiffel. They meet in the middle, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, yeah, that's why this story is so good.
Do you like my new shoes?
They match your nails.
Okay.
They do.
Also, I got my nails done yesterday, and they look like peanut butter M&Ms. They're little fat sausages.
Reese's Pieces.
Reese's Pieces.
E.T.
Ouch.
No, yuck. I am so afraid. We cannot watch E.T.
we can't.
And a
I hate
pearl?
that movie.
I cannot
I
watch
hate
E.T. Like, I'll throw up. I am terrified of E.T.
I've never seen it.
I would rather get stabbed to death in the street and know it's coming than watch E.T.
Would you rather?
I would rather fall off the Ferris wheel on Saturday during Tulip Festival naked than watch E.T.
Wow. That
Yes.
was a very specific
Come to Tulip Festival,
set of-
everybody.
that was a very specific set
Third
of
weekend
facts.
in May. No,
Do you,
E.T. 's
do you get on the Ferris wheel naked? Or somehow in the middle of the ride?
I think it's like ding, 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 plink down and everything falls off. Okay, we're done.
I think we got time for one more.
This got so effing weird. Harold's life is a tragedy or a comedy.
Harold's
Both.
life is a comedy.
I think he's
Okay,
just,
so any comedy
By-
is just a tragedy with time, right?
Maybe. By the definition of the movie,
Mm-hmm.
it's a comedy.
Mhm.
Because he gets the girl
Mhm.
and he lives.
Mhm.
But I don't think, based on the way the story actually turns out, I don't think it's either.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a comedy. It's also
Mm-mm.
not a tragedy.
Right?
he'd just be living.
Yep.
Okay, I do have another question. If your life
right.
was being written by someone else, would you want to read the ending?
No. Well, yeah, no.
No, because it takes everything out of life. You would.
Yeah, I would be curious. Because if it ends like Princess Bride and they lived happily ever after, I'd be like, all right, that's great. I'm in.
What if it didn't, though?
Well, that means it would have had to end soon. Or it ends tragically, and I feel like I have some...
But like if you knew,
Way to
like the end
fix
is
it.
like you got hit by a bus and died, you would like everything. You'd be like, am I going to get hit by a bus today? Like there's a bus. Is that bus going to... You'd be so anxiety ridden. You wouldn't know what to do with yourself. Like I would make myself crazy.
It takes the joy out of decisions.
Yes.
It takes the joy out of
life.
spontaneity because it's not spontaneous.
Mhm.
If you know what the ending is,
Right.
nothing's spontaneous.
Right. Sometimes I feel like I just want to look at like what my life would look like in 10 years. Like give me like a 30-second like blurp, bleep. That's not a right
Blip.
word. Blurp.
No, that's a weird thing because like every decision we make is going to influence what our lives look like in 10 years, you know?
Right.
So if you want to know what it looks like in 10 years, just look at what you're doing now and predict where that's going to go.
I know, but like, so that's what I'm saying. Like I want to see what it's going to be like in 10 years. But then I feel like it would freak me out because I would be like, wait, what changed? How do I get, if it's something you like how do I get to that? I have no idea.
Yeah, it's different being predictive versus being reflective.
Sure.
Right? Because if you know
Mhm.
what the ending is, then none of your choices matter
Mhm.
because it's going to get to that ending no matter what.
Mhm.
But if you look at what you're doing and you make it predictive,
Mhm.
well, then you can change the ending because you can change what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
If I continue in this path, this is the natural outcome.
Mhm.
But I don't want that natural outcome, so I'm going to change my mind. But if I know this is the actual outcome,
It
then
doesn't
nothing
matter.
I do matters because it's going to get to that no matter what.
And I feel like most people would be like take it like month by month, and I would literally do like hour by hour.
Yeah, that checks out.
I would go full psycho.
Your personality is very you want to know, and if you know, then
I need to know
you
now.
want
Like
every step.
if
figured
I
out.
am I supposed to eat chicken for lunch? What if it's what if it's poisonous, and then that's why I have
what if I get salmonella?
Yes. Why was I sick in 10 years? Is it because I ate this for lunch today? I'm telling you, it would make me so damn crazy. They would have to put me in a padded room, which I might be there anyway, but that's all I have.
It's good stuff. That's why this movie is so good.
Yeah.
Because it really
It makes you think.
it draws out some of those tough things.
Mhm.
Can we talk about the camera work?
Let's do it.
What about
So the bus scene we talked about
Sure.
earlier is sort of the one that sticks out most obviously.
Mm-hmm.
The movie opens
Mm-hmm.
with the camera in his mouth
Man.
while he's brushing his teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Where does that come from? And then it turns out that brushing the teeth is a symbol of his changing personality, changing lifestyle.
Yeah.
I just love the way the camera work reflects the scene
Absolutely.
throughout.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Not just in the teeth brushing, not just in the bus, but those are two really clear
Yeah.
moments.
There's a scene where Harold gives Jules a copy of the finished book, and Jules is on his lifeguard stand, and all you see is Harold's face and Jules's feet, and they're having a conversation, and you know who it is, you know what they're doing,
Mhm.
but the scene changes when Harold leaves, and it goes up to Jules, who's like holding another book that's got like plastic wrap on it,
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
but all you see is like he hands him the book and he like puts it behind him. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like it's such a unique take on
Mhm.
how to shoot a movie.
Yeah, because
It's
normally
not classic.
you wouldn't have dialogue with somebody who was on screen except for their face.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Or all the times that like Karen is practicing dying.
Yeah, she's research. Is that what she called it?
Researching,
Researching death or something like that.
Yep.
She imagines driving her car off a bridge.
Yep. And then it just switches to her sitting on a bench.
Yep.
Like, oh,
Yeah, So I actually wrote that down because I thought,
Yeah.
wow, camera work is a key aspect of the storytelling here.
all week this week, we've been training a new staff member on filing things. And all I've been saying is when you file, it sounds like waves. And I think 2 or 3 times she's been like, what are you talking about?
Nice.
Poor Amber.
So that's a great quote. How
Yeah.
about imperialist swine?
Is it the letter that started with Dear Imperialist Swine? Yeah, that's the one.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Are you an anarchist?
Do you get together with your anarchist friends? Do
They
anarchists
give
have
her-
groups?
I left my thimbles and socialist reading materials at home.
How about Jules and
Mhm.
his character?
Sure.
And he's asking Harold really weird questions,
Mhm.
right? He's like, "Are you the king of anything?
In your basement? I don't know.
The trolls?
King of the rats? King of the trolls?
The trolls?" But then Harold's like, "Why are you? What is the point of this?" And he says, "The point is to figure out what story you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You need to figure out what stories you're not in."
Mm-hmm.
And
I liked that.
on the second watch through, that struck me as so profound.
Mm-hmm.
To know what your story is, you got to know what your story isn't.
Mm-hmm.
And that, in a way, that's a negative perspective on who you are and what your life is going to be or what you want it to be. But there's a beauty to that too of, well, I'm not that.
Mm-hmm.
And so that, right, my story isn't going to go that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought that was a really cool, it really is sort of the description of this movie.
Mhm.
To know what story you're in, you figure out what stories you're not in.
Mm-hmm.
And Harold chooses not to be in straight-laced IRS
Mhm.
auditor story. Who wants to talk about estate planning? It's Jocelyn's favorite.
Let's do it.
Love it.
Inevitability of death,
Yep.
and try to develop that. That
I don't know if there is estate planning in this one.
no, that moment of where he bursts into Jules' office and says, "I think I'm a comedy,"
Yeah.
and he tells him why, and Jules goes, "Yeah, that's good. Try to develop that." What? It's a very literary approach, and that's what makes Jules such a cool character, because Harold goes to therapists, multiple therapists. That's why the one says prescribed medication is the solution.
I'm not supposed to do this, but can I hug you?
Right. And Jules takes it like a professor of English, right? Of literature. And he just approaches it from a totally unique and just accepts what Harold says is true. And then tries to figure out, okay, well, if you're a character in a story, how would I figure out what the story is and how, right? It's just very interesting. But the estate planning themes there are the combination of everybody dies, right? We talked about that a little bit ago. We know we're all going to. But how does it change when you know when you're going to die and how? And the line in the movie is, before his death, he went about some business. And it shows Harold working, finishing up his audits. It shows Harold giving space camp to his friend who lets him stay with him after his apartment gets destroyed. Love shows him with his girlfriend,
Miss Pascal, Anna.
And it just shows him giving her tax advice, doing tax planning. Like, this is literally what it's like to do estate planning. It was a 2-minute sequence in the movie, and I was like, well, that's every design meeting I've ever done.
Yeah.
It was fascinating. Because ultimately what we have is due to our life's work, right? And we don't want to leave things unfinished, and there's a very real, like a visceral connection to that feeling of, I got to finish my work before we're done. But then we give, and we give out of love, right? We say estate planning is giving what you have to the right people the right way at the right time, but it's all about relationship. I mean, I talked to 2 different clients yesterday very specifically about how to choose people to play roles in their planning. And it's all about, how do you relate to each other, and do you trust them, and do you care about them, and do they care about you? And so finishing your work, giving, the act of giving and generosity out of love. And then everybody comes in and wants to talk about, well, how do I not pay tax when I die? And I get that, but it's really the last thing we should be worried about.
Sure.
And that's sort of the point of that scene is he's giving her tax advice, and he knows he's going to die the next day. And he's still like, you can write off all of the food you give away.
That's a terrible donation.
Like, yeah, it's just, I just thought that was.
I love how she kind of pushes him away on that.
Yeah.
Like, why would you tell me that? Like, this isn't the time for
Why
that.
are we talking about this?
Yeah.
And then, having nothing to do with the movie, I watched it on Amazon Prime. And at the end of the movie, there was an ad on the screen.
Yeah, I got one too.
What was it?
Well, I thought it was so weird that I watched 99% of the movie, and then there was a
it was like right at the very end.
I don't know. I assumed it was like a prescription drug or something.
Mine was an Alzheimer's ad.
Really?
Which I thought was sort of
very
ironic.
That's an ironic landing for the end of this movie.
Sure.
But so my whole watch experience was, this is the estate planning movie, right? We are planning for his death, but he also ends up planning for his death. And then there's an Alzheimer's ad before he does, in fact, die.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
It's just good stuff in there.
Yeah. Cool. I like to talk about favorite characters. Did you have one?
Yeah, I think it was Jules. Yeah, the professor is easily my favorite. He's goofy, but he's also sincere and helps. And
sure,
yeah, I just think he was my favorite.
Sure, Joss.
I liked him too. I like Queen Latifah too.
Okay,
just because it's Queen Latifah, but she wasn't in it very much. But
I think Karen Eiffel too is a differently. Like she's not my favorite, but I like her character a lot because she's so stereotypical. It's not just an artist, it's specifically a fiction writer. Right? Like her character is what I picture various famous authors that I've read being like, right? Like grappling with I have to kill this person the right way in my book and things like that. And so I just found her character very relatable, but Jules is definitely my favorite.
Yeah, I like Jules.
Okay. It's probably a faux pas, but I liked Harold.
No, it's fine.
They're Will Ferrell being who he is and making me laugh in really tense moments. I just thought he did a good job with. But the scene that stood out to me is when his watch breaks while he's waiting for the bus. And he asks somebody in the crowd if they had the time on him, right? But then he starts hearing the voice and he starts shouting. And everybody's staring at him like, who is this psycho who's standing next to us? And I just thought he did such a good job of, you talked about relatability. Like, I guess I've been in situations where I don't start like shouting at the air or anything. But like in my house by myself where I yell out loud, like, what was that? Like, those are things I relate to.
Sure. That's fine.
So
You yell out loud in your house?
I mean, I do too.
What are you talking about?
you talk in your office to yourself all the time.
Oh yeah, I constantly
Yeah.
talk to myself. No, they're in my
that kind
head.
of thing.
It's the voices in my head.
Sure.
You guys.
It's the voices.
It's schizophrenia.
So I have a rating system that I use for all of our...
I'm going to interrupt before
Please.
the rating
No,
system.
no.
There is a
Good.
character in this movie who this was kind of not necessarily his big break, but one of his earlier acting roles.
Okay.
In the scene you just described, he is standing behind Harold.
Okay.
So if you go back and find the scene, and Amber, my wife, said, "What is that guy in?" And
Okay.
I was like, "This movie. That's literally all I know him from." She was like, "No, it's something else. I got to go figure it out."
I feel like I noticed that too, but who is it?
I don't know the actor's name. He is most famous for the Sonic commercials.
Oh.
The goofy guys were there.
Huh.
Yeah, they're in their car eating. Like,
yes, all the time.
Yeah.
That is the guy. If you go back and find that scene.
No. So is he the guy who works with Harold who asks him like math questions and
Yeah.
stuff? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so. I knew him from something too.
Yeah.
But that's his.
Amber
his
looked him up
best
and it
work.
was like, of course.
That's so
Hold on, I
interesting.
gotta
Yeah.
look it up now.
Yeah. It's great seeing you, Harold. Thanks for coming in. Wow.
So Sonic
Interesting.
commercials.
Good find.
That was a good find by Amber. I enjoyed his role in the movie more knowing.
Yeah. That's what it turns into.
Yeah. It was, so anyway.
That's funny. All right. So I have a rating system where I take each movie that we watch. I give it a scale of 0 to 10, giving it 3 points if it made me laugh, 3 points if it made me cry, and 3 points if it made me think, with a bonus point if I would rewatch the movie. Jocelyn, you didn't start last time, so start this time. Go ahead and rank this movie for us.
A 1 for cry.
Okay.
A 3 for think.
Okay.
Because you had to think a lot.
Yeah, there's so
And
much over there.
laugh. Maybe a 1.
Okay.
I don't think I laughed that much. Did I? Not really. What's that, 5?
Mm-hmm. Did you watch it again?
No.
That's all right. 5 out of 10. Ethan?
So I'm going to go with 3 for think.
Okay.
I'm going to give it a 2 for cry.
Okay.
I'm going to give it a 1 for laugh. And I probably wouldn't watch it again, but not in a, like, I would never pick up this movie again, but in a, if I'm clicking through the channels, I'm not going to stop on this movie.
Mm-hmm.
It is a great movie, and I really liked it,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think I would watch it again.
So what is that?
7, I think.
7. Okay. I love this one. I still love this one. 3 for laugh, 2 for cry, 3 for think, and I would absolutely watch it again. That's a 9.
There you go. There's the second 9.
Yep.
You're unbelievable to me.
Why?
I don't understand.
Well,
No, this
I
one
mean,
just does it.
yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. 2 for cry.
I give it a 2 for cry.
Yeah.
Why?
It doesn't get a 3 because nobody actually dies, right? But the point of the movie is he doesn't want to die. And he falls in love and he's thinking about all these things that like could happen if he's not there. So he starts doing planning for it. And then he accepts his death. Like, these are sad things. But then he gives everything to his friend. And like, I don't know.
Yeah, crying doesn't always have to be out of sadness,
Sure.
right? Crying can be
Oh, well, yeah.
and I'm not nitpicking on that, but it's more than just somebody died so I was sad,
Right.
right?
Sure.
It's these were emotionally fraught moments.
Mhm. Yeah. When Karen can't finish the word dead on her typewriter.
Yeah.
Like that is an intense, and it's not like that was a unique way to picture that. It's like emotionally charged. She's screaming at her typewriter. Like,
Okay.
So it's not, did it make me cry?
Right.
It's, did this bring up
Emotional.
emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe you should change cry to. No, never mind.
Well, it doesn't have a ring to it. What are you going to change it to?
I don't know.
Yeah, give it like
Laugh, cry, think is so
empathy.
easy to say. Laugh, empathy, think.
Empathy, think.
Yeah, cool.
Thanks for watching this one with me. I know it's
Yeah. Well, and I said I wouldn't watch it again, even though this was my second time.
Yeah.
But that was for the podcast.
Sure.
So that doesn't count.
I get you.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I enjoyed
I
it.
wouldn't watch it again, and I meant it.
Thanks,
Good pick, Thad.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to 82 Toothpicks. This episode featured your hosts, Ethan, Joselyn, and Thad breaking down the movie. Want more? Check out Ethan's book, It's Not Too Late, for insights on securing your own legacy. Visit us at heisingalaw.com for all things 82 Toothpicks, including past episodes and more. If you enjoyed the show, follow us wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss an episode. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. You know the drill. And remember, every movie is an estate planning movie.